It wasn't a decision that bothered me. It was the phrasing. It always is. The meeting was called without warning. Late afternoon. Outlook invite. Subject line blank. No agenda. Just HR announcement with a capital A. The whole office was there. Operations, comms, even procurement. Someone made a joke about redundancies. No one laughed. Then HR arrived. 2 of them. One with a laptop. One with printed notes. Both of them standing like they just invented meetings. Thanks everyone for making the time, Laptop HR said breezily. We know it's short notice, but we just wanted to loop you in proactively. The screen lit up. A slide clicked on. Title: Policy Framework Realignment. Printed Notes HR stepped forward and cleared her throat like a bureaucrat about to read a eulogy. We'll be repealing the 6-month review escalation protocol, effective immediately. Another slide. A dot point list of vague positives. Empowers local accountability. Streamlined cadence. Reinforces adaptive strategy. Hands stayed down. Until mine didn't. Sorry, just to clarify, this protocol was introduced by HR 6 months ago, yes? There was no consultation then either, I asked. Printed Notes HR blinked. Laptop HR smiled like she'd rehearsed it. That's right. At the time, we were responding to projected engagement barriers and anticipatory compliance gaps, she offered, clearly pleased with herself. So now you're undoing your own work? I asked. We're iterating, she corrected. This is part of a broader evolution. Right. So, to clarify, this repeal is framed as a downstream enablement revision, not a policy failure. Laptop HR nodded. Correct. We're reframing it as an adaptive realignment to better to better meet evolving portfolio needs, she amended mid-sentence. That makes sense, I said flatly. Especially if we're still cadence mapping outcomes to the enterprise rhythm via distributed ownership tiers. Exactly, Printed Notes HR parroted. The rhythm stays central. We're just, the load balancing is shifting, but still structured across strata, she fumbled. And how do you maintain coherence across staggered initiative zones without hard-baking referential overlap into upstream metrics? I continued. Laptop HR opened her mouth, paused, flinched. We've actually ring-fenced most of that. Well, not most, the zones that required it, she stammered. So there's minimal bleed, in theory. And is that shift being velocity gated through a discretionary foresight lens? Or are we just post-positioning the reflexive slack loop until after the cohesion delta stabilizes? I asked with genuine curiosity. Silence. That's something we've noted, Laptop HR finally sputtered. Because if the feedback loops are only qualitative, we're essentially just workshopping alignment without a controlling signal, I said. Not just workshopping, Printed Notes HR protested. There are embedded checkpoints, soft checkpoints, but accountability still, well, it's distributed. There's a shared visibility layer. She trailed off. So everyone's accountable, just not measurably or directly, I summarized. We're encouraging ownership, Printed Notes HR replied, as if it were a magic spell. It's less top-down and it's more organic. And if that doesn't happen? I asked. They looked at each other. Panic was starting to set in. Then we will review. Laptop HR blurted. Not as a rollback, but as a second phase recalibration, she added, almost to herself. I let it sit. Sure, I said. Someone coughed. Another fake-typed an email. Someone else checked their phone for a message that hadn't arrived. Laptop HR closed her laptop like it had betrayed her. Thanks for the healthy discussion, she muttered. No one responded. No follow-up. No eye contact. The room had already moved on. And just before I turned back to my desk, I said it. Not quietly. Not to her. To the room. Appreciate the transparency. Not a smile. Just enough edge to make it unmistakable. I'd love to hear what you think. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you found this story entertaining, hit that like button and don't forget to explore more content on my channel. See you in the next one.